We're living in a very complex time. It is roiled by climate change, income inequality, enormous disparities in opportunities, growing polarization. In these chaotic times, the Garrison Institute is a monastery of the 21st century, a place of retreat and refuge, a place of deep contemplation, healing, and community, drawing wisdom from the world's contemplative traditions to inform wiser environmental, social, and civic action. More than ever, in this time of surface mindfulness, the Institute provides wisdom and depth.
As Jonathan noted, at the Institute, we believe that transformational change, both personal and societal, can be rooted in contemplative practice only if we move beyond the surface and go deep. In the coming year at the Institute, we'll also apply unprecedented energy to going broad. Our doors are and have always been open to everyone, regardless of who you are, where you're from, what you practice, and how you identify in the world. With open arms, the Garrison Institute welcomes all who are in need of retreat, refuge, and tools for cultivating inner resilience. But this year we'll do more. With your help, we'll reach out to communities that are often left at the sidelines. We'll recruit diverse perspectives and personalities, and we'll commit to more inclusive conversations and events. Through scholarships, sponsorships, and mentorship, we can make contemplative practice available to those who have a will but don't have a way. Because compassion does not and cannot discriminate, and empathy is a great equalizer.
Yeah. And empathy must be matched by discernment. The beautiful photographs on our walls tonight are part of the contemplative practice of our executive director, Marc Weiss. Marc has been leading the Institute in various capacities since 2014, and in 2018, the board of directors unanimously elected Marc to the role of executive director.
As co-chairs, Jonathan and I have deeply enjoyed cultivating our partnership with Marc and fortifying the ties between board and staff. Please give a warm welcome to the Garrison Institute's Executive Director and Chief Photographer, Marc Weiss.
We pick up the newspaper or a tablet or turn on the TV, and we see asylum seekers being tear gassed. Homelessness in New York City public schools is at a record high. It's over 100,000 children. 1 out of every 10 students lived in temporary housing during the last school year. The 1,700-page report comes out from the government, laying out the devastating effects of climate change on the economy, health, the environment, record wildfires, crop failures, infrastructure failure. Artificial intelligence and robots are changing the nature of work. What will be the role of the worker in the workplace in the years to come? How are we supposed to deal with all this? How do we process all this information? How do we both sustain ourselves and be change agents? And how do we help the people who are already change agents to be doing work to build a better world? So through our Care for Caregivers program, we currently work with and plan to work with teachers, humanitarian aid workers, people working in affordable housing, hunger relief workers, social justice agencies, all on the front lines of serving underserved populations. We need to connect with all of those populations and help those folks help themselves so that they can help others. We host over 5,000 people a year up in Garrison, those coming alone for a weekend of solitude, and groups such as Repair Our World and the International Rescue Committee, who are there right now as we speak on retreat. We see a bright future ahead for us and in the coming years, and we're building the foundation, leading us to the next wave of cutting-edge programming. And together with all of you as part of our community, we can do that. So we appreciate all your support.
When I was first asked what compelled me the most about the Garrison Institute, I was certain that the greatest area of interest was the environment. This is that which provides us life and nourishment. How can we not live in a way where we provide that back outwardly? A couple of weeks later, I was asked this question again: what part of this work is the most meaningful to you? This time I found myself discussing social justice and equity and how we ache in the absence of treating one another with compassion. What I have found is that each time I am in this conversation about what I am most connected with at the Garrison Institute, my answer is different. And I think that this is because the work that we do is so rooted in basic truth that it is impossible not to connect the benefits of what we do with the challenges we are aware of throughout our daily lives. Since joining the Institute, I've had the pleasure of meeting many of the individuals and groups who are attending our programs and supporters who are involved with our work. I have also had the pleasure of getting to know many of you who are in this room as we've prepared for this evening's celebration. In getting to know the people who are involved with the Garrison Institute, I have found across the board these consistencies: passion, moral compass, and thoughtfulness. I reflect on these qualities and recognize that these are some of the main tenets of the work that we do. We are all representatives of what it means to live in a way that we believe will lead to better outcomes, whether that means smarter business, kinder ecological practices, or taking better care of ourselves and those who care for us and care for others. We all understand that everything is connected and that kindness, compassion, and resilience are keys to a better world. And so I thank you all for taking this awareness and for taking this care and for putting it into action by supporting the work that we do. I hope that you will be compelled to continue to support our programs, to invite others to join us, and that you will be our partners in helping us to transform the way individuals and communities work together so that we may all flourish.